Rich, it is Jason David Frank. I'm just making an announcement for people out there. The Green Ranger, White Ranger, Red Zeo, Red Turbo, Black Dino Thunder. Well, Black Dino Thunder don't do that. Now my new movie called The Legend of the White Dragon. This is the good guy. This is the bad guy. I just made custom helmets. Listen, first of all, Valerie wanted me to tell you Happy Father's Day. And that you are an awesome father. And I'm so glad, Valerie, that I got a chance to come back here and make it back to my office, because obviously I've been on tour all over the place in California. And cameos are great, but I love to do them from my office because I got to show Rich my collection, okay? Paramorphicon, I apologize for waiting in that line. I know it was very busy. I hope you had a good interaction with me, Rich. That was one show that was just super crazy. I ended up staying late for everyone because I said the last fan standing. But anyway, happy Father's Day, man. I got a good chance to spend time with you here on social media. Valerie, thank you. And she thinks the world of you, man. And I think the world of you. And I got a really cool custom Lord Draken statue that you've probably never seen before. And I'm going to show you. And Rich, there's nothing better than being a great father. My daughter graduated, and I posted on the page, and a lot of people said congratulations to Jenna, but there was a lot of people that were like, hey Tommy, you look cool, or look at your suit. And I was like, no, it's all about my daughter today. My daughter graduated. So I didn't want to take no highlight or thunder from her, but I was just showing people I was happy that my daughter graduated. So I'm going to show you a little. All right, so I got this Rich here. Of course, this is my cheap little setup here. And you gotta drink a little bit of water. Tommy has dehydrated. This is right here, the Boom Comics. It's the original artwork from the first variant, which I got. Boom didn't give it to me, although they give me a lot of comics, but I just bought it. I think it was like $700-800 back in the days, and I love artwork. As you can see, the Wolverine up there. Alex Ross, that's supposed to be number 68 out of 100. He's a pretty good artist. And someone made this for me because I love Louis Vuitton. So they did some artwork on this, which I was pretty happy and blessed. My fans are the great. You guys are the best, man. And then this samurai is one of the original artwork as well. Cool skateboard, all the figures. Yeah, I spent a lot of time doing that. And spent a lot of time on the Freddy Funko Pop there. Green Ranger helmet, Louis Vuitton, the White Ranger helmet. My little girl, this is made of paper, Rich. I had to carry that back from Ecuador, and it's like literally like eggshells. And then of course this was me back in '92, and then I cut my hair and then grew the ponytail back. That's kind of a long story. My Legend of the White Dragon shelf, that's Ashigore. I'm waiting for the Lord Draken. This is the corner you probably want to see, man. Original Morpher, which I actually have to sign right now. Dagger, the Lord Draken helmet that was used in the trailer. I helped making that trailer. It was not, we paid ourselves to make that, to show the world how good Lord Draken can be. And they didn't do anything with it, so I still own the digital rights to it. But that's why we're moved on to Legend of the White Dragon. Hasbro kind of dropping the ball a little bit. But Black Dino Ranger helmet, little tiny mini one. I do poetry. If you haven't seen it, you can go to my page, JDF FFN Poetry. So a Tupac figure, a little Easy figure. Way up there, you can see the Samurai, Wolverine, and the Samurai here, Green Ranger. So I thought that was super cool. That's a custom as well. And then this is my JDF Spoken Truth right here. And some artwork Daniel Coney did, which, look at this. I mean, this artwork, okay, Daniel Coney did this right here for me. It's hanging in my office. And that's Alex Ross. Alex Ross is a really popular, famous artist. Let me be honest with you, man. Look at this artwork. I mean, Daniel, you're, in my opinion, one of the best artists of all times. No offense, Alex Ross, but if you look at the Wolverine, that pops, and look how this pops. Anyway, Rich, just want to tell you Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed my tour. You know what time it is. It's morphin' time.
I woke up on Friday morning at 4 a.m. to a message that one of my friends back home had killed himself. This was 5 hours before my weigh-in. So Ricky, lad, that's for you. But there's a stigma in this world that men can't talk. Listen, if you're a man and you've got weight on your shoulders and you think the only way you can solve this by killing yourself, please speak to someone. Speak to anyone. People would rather, I know I'd rather me mate cry on my shoulder than go to his funeral next week. So please, let's get rid of this stigma and men start talking.
Right, here we go. Yes, men, start talking. Speak up. If you're going through something, talk to somebody. I want to apologize in advance. This is my least prepared stream I've ever done in my life, and only done like 5 of them, so bear with me. I did have a connection test with someone who was close to JDF and close to the situation. And we supposed to do not a live interview. No one's about to troll me like last time, but a pre-recorded one tomorrow. So I'm hoping that person show up and they can actually shed some light on some of these things. Because it's like I know a lot of different things that's going on, but I can't really divulge them without their blessing. And I want to get their blessing, and hopefully it's better if it comes from them as opposed to me. So anyway, without further ado, who am I? I am Henry Resilient, a former investigator, currently going through the pettiest divorce. And someone actually called me out and said they don't think my divorce is real. They don't think that she wants these pots and pans. Well, she does want the pots and pans. I'm currently waiting for a date for her to pick them up, and I'm currently waiting to figure out how much money she wants. So that's been the question for these last 2 years. But good news, good news. My daughter is not here today. I did do her nails last night. I am one of those dads. I do her nails every time she asks. So shout out to her, but she's not here tonight. So we don't have to worry about, her waking up and killing the stream, but we do got to worry about my laptop. I know it seems like it's an issue every time I go live. Every time my laptop been acting up, it's trying to restart. I scheduled it for later down the line, but we'll see. So I got a great stream today. We gonna get you caught up on all this JDF stuff. It's kind of like a little soap opera now, sort of say. And I don't want to go without this person getting their acknowledgement. So whoa. Oh no. No, they deleted the message. Hold on. Someone sent me a beautiful message this morning. Let me see if I can find it. I think they delete, people be sending me stuff and then deleting it. And then I'm like, yo, what's going on? Or I thought we were cool. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on. All right. So anyway, if you don't know who I am, I'm Henry Resilient, a seeker of truth. I try to give these this investigation. I kind of fell on it because I'm going through a divorce, and I start looking into it, and it start looking a little different than just a regular divorce. Caused JDF to make that dreadful decision. But I'm here, and I used to be an investigator for 8 years. I was pretty good. I would probably say, not to pat myself, I was top 1 in my company. And what would I investigate? Money, because that's what it's all about, money. People want to take money from my company, or my company wants to take money from them. It was all a big back and forth money, and they would send me out there to find the facts. Now, I didn't have a gun and badge. Did not have a gun and badge, but they did have to let me in within 10 minutes. My badge got me on the property, in the property, talking to whoever I wanted to talk to, taking whatever picture I had to take. And with that, you learn how to get good. You learn how to investigate things. You look for facts. You don't care about people's feelings. You don't care about people's suspicions. I go based on the facts. So I took that same approach to JDF, and I started finding a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness, so much stuff. It was too much. I just thought I would do one video and then another one. And next thing you know, I'm knee deep into this. And I know, so look, I got so far into JDF. I found a ticket that he got in 2013 for operating a vehicle without a registration. That's how deep I went. Like, and the fact that I just have that memorized is crazy. But yeah, so when I would do these investigations, I would have to take pictures, interview people, and write up a report. So what I'm kind of doing with this whole JDF series, which I would never do another one of these again, by the way. So consider yourself getting a treat. I already got my next story. But this one, I want to put a pin in it. I want to give y'all everything I got. I did request a police report and they responded and they said, you're going to have to wait. So I'm like, oh God, I got to wait for another response because they didn't want to give it to me for some strange reason. I was supposed to get it today. But it didn't work out like that. So before we get into it, let me tell you, I get so much hate mail, so much, right? So much hate mail, but this person, Robin, I don't know if she's in the chat. Yeah, there she go. Let me see if I could show her. Romantically Robin, using profanity. She sent me a nice Instagram DM message. I'm on Instagram. What does this say? Hi, my name is Robin. I've been a subscriber since November 23rd, 2022. Look, so detailed, right? Look at who gets the date. Like, hey, I subscribed to you on this date at this time. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate your work during this whole JDF situation. I know you've been through a lot from your own divorce, and then Tammie and Skye arguing. We're gonna get to Tammie and Skye. Don't think we not gonna talk about Tammie and Skye. Seems like every time I go live, there's some issue with Skye. You ever notice the strange coincidence? But anyway, them arguing in the comments, getting trolled by the person who trolled me. I'm not gonna say his name. Anyone who would be in your position after that much stress would have thrown in the towel immediately. Yes, I wanted to throw in the towel. I really did. But I didn't because people was like, keep going, keep going. And I'm like, but it's killing me. Not to say that, but it's weighing on me heavily. I think about I literally had a nightmare one night that I accidentally went live and I didn't say anything. That's how it's getting bad. And I actually had a nightmare that I went live and I didn't redact a personal piece of information because we don't dox. We don't dox on this channel and we show respect for all parties involved, even if you don't believe them. And I have my questions, but there we go. What did she say? But I can tell you're different. You have a resilience. I love when people use my last name to describe me. It makes me feel a little funny, which I am guessing is why your channel as such cause it's definitely fits you. And you're really passionate about what you do and you're authentic as you can be, which in my opinion is what people on social media doing these days and things like. Do y'all put a 1 if y'all think I'm authentic? I think I've been an open book and I want someone to dig in my life and just expose me, please. And then call me up so we could talk about it. Because if I put it out, no one watches. Blah, blah, blah. Genuine authenticity, when you have that eureka moment in your gut, when you say, I may or may not agree with this person's perspective. I think we know who she's talking about, but I can understand where they're coming from. All right, we got some ones. Some people think I'm authentic. All right. I feel, clap it up for me for being authentic and not fake, because I know some fake people out here. Anyway. And how you emphasize on thinking and looking at the situation objectively, because that's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to look at it objectively. Hold on. I see we got our first troll. We got our first troll. Let's hide this user from the channel. There we go. Go on. See ya. And what does this person say? Hey, I'm not going to get into it. It's so funny that they said that. It's actually ironic. It's ironic that she would say that. But let's get back before we get interrupted. And how you emphasize on thinking and looking about the situation objectively rather than a lens of emotion per se has helped me immensely when analyzing my own personal situations, as well as my English and history homework. When looking at sources and analyzing the facts in front of you in whatever format and reaching a cohesive, constructive judgment conclusion. All I want to do is say I support you 100% and I'm not necessarily on anyone's side. but rather I'm on the side of truth and somewhat closure for JDF. She said, anyway, may the power protect you, some Power Ranger stuff. And that was what it was all about. I appreciate that. Literally made my day. And I even gave her like some good advice because she's studying language linguistics or something like that. I said, hey, either be a lawyer or some forensic linguistic person and learn Arabic so you could, help people out or something. It's a great skill set to have. I used to date a woman who spoke Arabic, but that is what made my day. And I know you guys don't care. So let's get into what I have for you today, because we are going to get into some good stuff. We're going to touch on the timeline. We are going to touch on, you got to be careful what you put on the internet, right? Be very careful what you put on the internet, because you never know when it will come back to haunt you, because the internet is forever. So what do we have? We're going to go over this TRO, because it was some confusion of who it applies to and what they could do and what they cannot do. We are going to go over, guess right, you caught it, right? What do I have? What is this? What is this? Is this JDF Trust? Oh, God. What? Now, look, to be fair, this is the easiest thing to get of my whole investigation. You can easily get this trust. I'm talking like it's the easiest thing you can get. Even if you know nothing about investigations, you can get this trust. All right. And every document I show you is an official copy. And I think everyone wants to know about if Tammy can be charged, right? Tammy can be charged. So to figure out if Tammy can be charged, we are going to look at this. This is, you probably remember this girl, Michelle Carter, and then we're going to relay this back to everything. But where do we want to start? We want to start with Skye. She wants some attention. Let's give her some attention, y'all. Let's give her some attention. We gonna make this big. Before we give her some attention, I didn't even say this. I didn't even ask. DJ Knives with the $5 donation and sponsor of this stream. I appreciate you contributing to the content. What did he say? I feel like JDF's kids should each get 25% of everything. You hear what he said? He said, I feel. We do facts. We don't do feelings. And, that's not a bad feeling to have. That's admirable. However, what did JDF want for his kids? You ever think about that? What did JDF want for his kids? But we're going to figure out what JDF wanted for his kids, okay? We're going to get to that. But what did she say? She said, I thought you invited Hunter to the funeral, Tammy. On December 13th, on Hunter's birthday, I told him our father was no longer here. He had no idea. It's so sad how you keep lying when I have proof, timestamps, and dates. Shout out to you. Holy crap. Shout out to you, DJ Knives, the fourth for the $5 donation. And I see we got a new sponsor. We're going to get to him. But before we do, I thought you invited Hunter to the funeral. So me, right? In my investigative brain, why didn't she invite Hunter to the funeral? We know she was at the funeral because she posted it. We know she was there. And the person I did the connection test with it was at the funeral too. And they gonna talk about everything. If the connection test went very smooth, it was very good, and we gonna talk about it. But let's address Hunter, right? Because this is what we want. But and gosh, this is what's out here. We gonna come back. Get out of there. We gonna make this big. Shout out to Jarrell.
I'm tired of people tagging me and stuff saying that Tammy invited Hunter and Jacob to the funeral. Again, I have screenshots.
Now, she said she's tired of everyone jumping out there saying you invited Hunter to the funeral. Okay. Anyone ever think, hey, like, why wasn't Hunter Jacob invited to the. Anyone ever asks why? I may know why, but it's speculation. You think she know why? Would she tell you why? Would she? If it goes against her narrative, I don't know.
Of everything. So as you guys could see, my brother didn't know my father was dead for a whole month, almost a month after he took his life. And
whoa, she said he took his life. Remember before she said she alleged someone else took his life?
No, he was not. Hunter was not invited to the funeral. As you could see from the recent screenshots, he didn't even know my father had passed away. So again, it's not looking so good for you right now. If you want to keep this up, I could keep going too.
All right, so there you go. That's a hey, it's not looking good for you. You're not telling the truth about my brother. What's going on? What's going on?
A habitual liar will go on the internet and tell all the fans that his kids, I was invited to the funeral, but not my brothers. She would go online and tell everybody that my brothers were invited to the funeral to make herself look good. But honestly, I'm coming with receipts and screenshots and just proof. My brother had no idea my dad was even deceased. So, Tammy, is there anything else you want to lie about?
Now, why didn't her brother know? Why didn't her brother know?
Because I'm waiting. Nothing else that you post from this forward is going to cover up or change the fact that you lied about inviting Hunter to the funeral. Nothing you say at this point is going to cover up your tracks because you lied, and I just proved to the whole.
Where was the proof?
Whole Power Ranger committee that you lied. So I don't know what you're going to say next, but you're done.
All right, so clearly we got some vitriol between Skye and Tammy, and we got even more. But before I go forward, let me address the contributors. Where is he at? Where is he at? And you know, uh-oh. Here we go, right here.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you for taking time to investigate these things. Awesome work by Leo Sands. Thank you so much for the donation. You are today's sponsor. And this has taken a lot of time out of my life. And I appreciate it that you appreciate it. But let me make you the sponsor. Let me put some respect on your name. Let me edit it out. Thank you for the $20 donation and contributing to the content because, you know, it is a lot. It is a lot. That a lot of work I put into it. Like when I know JDF got a ticket for not having his registration, which I believe was on a motorcycle of all things. That's how you know I'm putting in work. So shout out to you, Leo Sands, for sponsoring today's stream. And I saw we had another contributor. Shout out to this person who contributed. The next person is a Coach Gang member. Any man going through divorce, go check out CGA. But most importantly, go check out Classy Beats if you need a beat, especially if you're in Atlanta, he'll hook you up. Thank you for y'all support. Let's get back to it. Let's get to the latest Skye and Tammy feud. And it seems like it's more so on one person's end. So this is what she posted today. I guess she had someone who I know put some flowers at her father's grave. But I don't think it went as planned.
I go out my way and have somebody put flowers on my dad's gravesite for me to show my dad, you know, love and respect. And they're thrown away within 2 days. Who threw my flowers away I put down for my dad? I bet I know who it is. It's war. I'm telling y'all, it's fucking war now. Y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up.
Oh, it's war now. So now we have an allegation of what she says either Tammy or Jenna threw away the flowers I put down for my dad. It's war now. Oh, we got to follow up. Let's give her attention.
Jenna and Tammy, I'm about to air y'all shit out. Hurry up and go live and talk and tell your side of the story so I could go ahead and tell mine. You gonna throw away flowers I put down for my dad? He knows what's up. It's war now. Y'all fucked up.
Uh-oh. We got more, right? Because sometimes, when people got their phone, they just give, they don't know how to put the phone down. And I guess this is her blocking Tammy. All right.
I said, oh, it could have been the cleanup crew cleaning up after because the animal ate the. What? I just put those flowers down 2 days ago with a note that says, I love you deeply. I miss you, daddy. Love your baby girl, Skye. That was personal. And then now they're thrown away with all this. Your first daughter, right? Yeah, I'm his first daughter. With all this social media beef going on. Yeah, nah. I know who did it. Trust me. I have a gut feeling.
Uh-oh. She gut feeling. Me, I don't do feelings. But some people do feelings, and you can't fault them for doing feelings. Shout out to Dust Productions. Skye was showing screenshots of text messages of her and Tammy and her brothers during girls' Instagram stories. Yeah, I know she shows stories, but she shows them, deletes them, then puts them back up. She shows them, deletes them, then puts them back up. I'm like, I don't know what is the goal. And I'm not trying to be anti-Skye, but what is the goal? They say, hey, Henry, what's your goal? Oh, I'm just showing y'all the facts. Y'all make up y'all mind on what y'all believe is true, what you think contributed, what you think didn't contribute. Okay. And Dust Productions is not playing around. What does Dust say? I was watching as she was posting everything when it all went down. And yes, I think I did a stream on it. They're all in the Skye Goes Rogue live stream. And that's what I'm noticing. A lot of people are not watching the live streams, right? So you jumping in the movie at the middle, close to the end, and you have your ideas. But I'm like, did y'all look at the facts? Did you look at what I put out? Did you look at what's going on? Are you encompassing the whole picture? Are you encompassing the whole picture? But shout out to Dust Productions. That is a new sponsor. And we gonna put some respect on Dust Productions' name because he contributed or she contributed. Productions for the 30 piece. I appreciate you contributed to the show. Thank you. I appreciate that. So if you want your voice to be heard, if you got a question, you can send a super chat and we will put some respect on you. All right. So where are we at? This is more tension building.
Talk about me, you could post about me, you could do whatever you want when it comes to me. But when it comes to my father and where he's laid to rest at, you crossed the line and that's disrespectful.
All right. Okay. Hey, disrespectful. Now look, she took it a step further. Hey, I'm hurt and angry. This is beyond disrespectful. Y'all are dead to me. I promise there's no coming back from this one. I just called the funeral home so y'all can stop saying it was a cleanup crew.
Right. So that's when it comes to cleanup. Now, you can place flowers and somebody else may take them. That's different. But
or somebody could throw them away, right?
But it's not from our location. You know what I mean? It's rare for people to just pick up the things and throw them away, unless it's like a family member that's not at you guys or something. But
okay, perfect. Thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Yeah, it's just rare. Do you want to check back next time? So you place flowers. I could always double check if you're not in town.
Yes, thank you so much. I'll keep you guys updated anytime I place anything up for my father.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
Thanks.
Hope you have a good evening.
You too. Bye bye.
All right, so this is the whole Dust Productions, man. Dust Productions is not playing. Thank you, Dust Productions. He says it's all good. Thanks. No. Thank you for contributing to the content. I really appreciate that. And if you look in the chat, what you see is all these people trying to hijack the chat and say, hey, this what she told me. So it has to be true. Whatever. I don't care. But what I want to show you, right, is the internet is forever, right? And she's like, hey, you never told Hunter. What if I told you Hunter, may not be thinking too fondly of Skye? What if they don't even talk? You ever think like, hey, why does Tammy got to tell Hunter? You couldn't tell him? If something happened to me, right? If something happened to me, someone would tell my sister, or my sister would find out somehow. Okay. My parents would find out somehow. It wouldn't be no one close to me saying, hey, I didn't know something happened to Henry. But what does Hunter think about Skye? Now, look, this is old. This is old. Let me preface by saying this is old. This is old, and we don't promote hate or harm to anyone. We respect all parties. What does he say? I think it's funny when little sisters talk ish about you and they don't even notice they're looking up to you and following you. I think he's talking about music. Now he wishes some ill stuff about his sister, which we just not going to repeat. Also, I think it's funny how most of my family doesn't like Skye. Is that true, Skye? I don't know. I don't know the family, so I really can't say for sure. But Hunter in 2011 was not feeling Skye at all. But he also wasn't feeling Jacob at all. Ha ha. Wow. 18 years old and doesn't have a job, leaves his grandma, lives with his grandma, and plays RuneScape all day. No life. Effing loser. This is my brother Jacob Frank. This is family. This is what I hate to see. I hate to see infighting. But I found it. And shout out to Bougie Cat. Bougie Cat is the co-investigator. Even when I was in investigations, I had a partner. And let me just big up Bougie Cat because Bougie Cat goes deep. He goes way deeper than me on the internet. So if you put something on the internet, Bougie Cat is going to find it because that's who provided me with this information. And he also found this. We know that in this debacle, in this family thing, he found Jacob Frank's old Instagram. Okay, I thought he just created a new one, right? Follow me, show me some love. And I was looking through these pictures. This is definitely a son. This is definitely, look at this. They're twins practically, right? These are old pictures. But what else was on this account? Here we go, right? What was our guy thinking? Was he the Pied Piper? Where's that flute going? I thought that was hilarious. Me personally. I mean, if you think it's funny, you could put a 1 in the chat. If you think it's not, is he the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland? Shout out to JDF though. RIP to JDF. But he also had this another page, and he was trying to start a clothing label. I think the other one was music. You still see this. I don't know what was going on right here. He was buzzed. Cool. What is this? Birthday post for dad. It was a picture that I saw that made me laugh. You see the picture. I ain't gonna click on it. But shout out to Jacob. This is his new account, allegedly. Look, I haven't seen much of him, don't know much of him, but that's the family infighting. So I don't know how close they are because I see only one person in the forefront making a lot of noise. And maybe the trust ain't going how they wanted it to. Maybe life ain't going how they wanted to. Or maybe they just grieving. When you grieve, you go through the 5 stages and you go to anger. But let's take a look at the timeline. Now we got the kids situated. We established some relationships. We got a contribution. I'm going to get to you. See, I like this. JDF played the Pied Piper in a video game. What video game was that? Thank you, DJ Nas the 4th. Appreciate that donation. Whatever video game it was, I didn't play it. But let's get into the timeline. All right, let's make it super big. Let me zoom in so you guys can see it. Because some people liked it, right? So I went over the timeline. And we're going to do this quickly because we already kind of did it. But I added some things to it, right? So if you go to this website, this website is great. Fakekind.com. Great website, right? You're like, all right, well, what's wrong with it? What is wrong with this website? We're going to scroll down. And can you tell me what's wrong with this website? Maybe I need to make it a little bigger. Does anyone see what's wrong with this website? Anyone see what's wrong? Let me make it a little smaller so you can get a little bit more in the frame. What is this? What is this? The Jason David Frank? How he transitioned the autobiography? Oh, his biography legacy. This is why you need to trust, right? This is where people start basically stealing. This is stealing. This is theft. This is stealing name, image, and likeness. But the reason I wanted to show you this is because what's on the left side. These are his Comic-Con site visits, right? These are what's going on in his life. And what I did was I superimposed these into the timeline so you could see what's going on. And I made it green just, for the Green Ranger and everything. But yeah, people are writing books on JDF, and I don't think that the proceeds go to that estate. But anywho, so we know in 1021, he found Shayla, and that's when marriage difficulties started. Now we want to remember or write down 10/21/21. Okay, 10/21/21, because this date is going to be important. Not only does it symbolizes Shayla's transition, but something important right after JDF did that's going to come up later in the stream. All right. So here's the timeline. We got the marriage difficulties right after Shayla passed. We have this date right here. This is before he separated. So you gotta, put yourself in JDF shoes, goes to Comic-Con in Oklahoma City, potentially comes home, and they not husband and wife no more. Okay? But the show must go on, because when you have to make these appearances, you show up, you get paid. You don't show up, you don't get paid. Okay? So you kind of, and you contractually obligated. Sometimes those contracts say, well, if you cancel, you pay us back double or something like that. I've never seen his contract. I didn't try to pull his contract, but I want you guys to see the schedule. So separated. Comic-Con, separated, back on the road. Back on the road, back on the road. He knows about this divorce. He knows about the divorce. She files for divorce. He knows. Boom, boom. After she filed for divorce, he knows about this new lawsuit because they spoke to the process server. So now he knows about the lawsuit. We have this date at Comic-Con. He served the TRO while signing signatures, which we all agree that's pretty bad. And remember, after he was served, he still had to keep signing autographs because the way he was served, it was just like another person in the line. Another person in the line. So, all right, he was served. Next thing you know, TMZ know about it. And now he's on the road. He's on the road. TMZ knows about it. Millions of articles are out. This divorce is pending, and he's still at Comic-Con. And these Comic-Con events, these are 3-day events. And guess what? People are asking him about the divorce. Okay. And I know people are asking him about the divorce because they reached out to me and they told me, hey, I spoke to JDF and he kind of mentioned it at this date. And I look it up and then I say, hey, let me, Jesus, man, the chat getting crazy. Everyone getting timed out. Can we just be respectful? Or anyway, I ain't gonna get into that. So the point I'm trying to make is while he's mid-divorce, he's still going through all this stuff at Comic-Con. He still has to show up to Comic-Con. He cannot not show up to Comic-Con despite lawsuits. He's like, I'm trying to sort out this divorce. And next thing you know, I got another lawsuit. Next thing you know, I got to fight for my grandson, Drayden. And here we go. Here we go. They reconcile around this date. But the point I want y'all to see is his life didn't stop. He still had real problems looming inside of Comic-Con. Going to Comic-Con. This schedule right here, back-to-back Comic-Con. So you're on a plane, and when you're in San Antonio, Texas, you're probably on a road trip. And what happens when you're on a road trip? You thinking, I'm going through a divorce. There's not one moment that goes past my mind where I'm not having even when I'm talking to y'all, I'm thinking about my divorce. I gotta complete a parenting class. I'll probably do it over this weekend to prove I'm a good parent. It's crazy. And my daughter's almost 3 and I got 50-50 custody, but the state like, hey, you got to do this. And then, this quick little recap. Hearing for Drayden, which he did show up to. So, he wanted to keep Drayden. And then his mom passed. It's the anniversary. And what does he say? 8, 11, 16. He served at home. I tried to hit this part home yesterday. These other times right here, the 2, 3, 4, and 5, they tried to serve him, but he wasn't there. Served at home. So when you get served at home, it kind of makes me think, why are you there? He shouldn't be at home because of the TRO. All right, but we're going to go over the TRO because people thought the TRO meant he could not be around his ex-wife or vice versa. So this is the TRO. This is actually signed at the bottom, but we want to point out this part right here. It is therefore ordered that the clerk of this court issue a temporary restraining order. Oh my goodness, the chat is going. Why can't y'all just be respectful? Anyway, it is therefore ordered that the clerk of this court issue a temporary restraining order restraining petitioner, which is Tammie Frank, and respondent Jason David Frank, and the parties are immediately restrained from communicating with the other party in person, by telephone, or in writing in vulgar, profane, obscene, or indecent language, or in the course of offensive manner. And if we go further down, I believe one of the provisions was keeping the other from the place, which they both had equal access to the place. So who's in violation of the TRO? I mean, you have to kind of like report it. And I think a violation would more so be this person made an obscene, what does he say? Vulgar or profane language to me, okay? That's usually how that works. Not necessarily you can't be around each other. So hopefully that sorts some things out. DJ Nas with the 5 spot. What does he say? Why did Tammy accuse JDF of cheating? Was it because she was the one cheating? What proof did she have? Those are questions I can't answer. I think those are questions only Tammy can answer. I don't know what proof she had. Now, I've talked to people who said, hey, the rumors were true. But it's rumors for me. I can't confirm anything. I can't confirm anything. But moderators, I see April, you're doing a fantastic job. If anyone's disrespectful, just hide them from the channel. So from here on out, if you disrespectful, if you make an allegation, you're just going to get hidden from the channel. And then we could just go on peacefully. So hopefully that sheds some light on you. Thank you, DJ Nas, for the 5 spot. I appreciate that. And that was a good question. Maybe she'll answer it one day. I don't know. But anyway, TRO. So now we covered the sibling rivalry. We've covered the TRO. We've covered the infighting among siblings. Now let's get to the trust. Jesus, I'm cooking. The trust. All right. Before we get into it, I know I'm giving y'all a lot. I got to take a little breather. What do y'all think of this so far? Who do you think JDF, put as beneficiaries or beneficiary of his trust? I wish I knew how to do a poll. I really do. I really wish I knew how to do a poll. How about this? We gonna do a 1 for Tammy, 2 for Jenna, 3 for everybody, and that's it. 1 for Tammy, 2 for Jenna, 3 for everybody. By everybody, I mean all his kids. All his kids. Okay? Now, let's keep in mind, let's look at this. Someone said 3. There's a lot of 3s in the chat. This is a gun trust. Okay, a lot of 3s. Hey, Bougie Cat, chill with the, you know what you're doing. A lot of 3s. I see a 1. So, hey, Muskrat says, hey, he left it all to Tammy. Only a couple 2s. Which is, well, I told y'all, if I have a trust, I'm leaving it to my daughter. And I told you, I have a father. And I have a half brother and half sister, right? I don't talk to him. Not because I have an issue with him. Nothing like that. I've met him probably a couple times in my life. So this is why like I be doing this JDF stuff because it kind of mirrors my life. I have a father. I don't know my father like that. I've seen him at my uncle's funeral, and it was like, "Hey, this is your dad." I'm like, "Yeah, so he's a stranger to me. I don't know him." So if he was to, exit tomorrow, I wouldn't expect him to leave me nothing. In fact, I would be surprised if I'm named in any of his items, whether it be his will or his trust. If he has one, I don't talk to him. I don't know. I would hope he leave it to the kids whose life he was in, not mine. Okay, but I see a lot of threes, a lot of threes, a lot of threes. Okay, so Jesus. Let's get to Dust Productions. Skye was posting voice notes of JDF talking about an affair he was having. Also made voice notes talking about having to watch Jenna all the time like a baby. Don't know how she got them. It was JDF talking. I've seen those. I've seen those. I've seen them. I can't explain them. I don't know the date of them. Like that's the thing. So like when you an investigator, right? Dust Productions, he, put this nice, generous chat. You have to validate the information. She posted the voice notes to JD talking about an affair. Okay, who was he talking to? That's one. Who was he talking to? What was the date? And did he say, I'm having an affair on my wife? Because what happens is people get emotional when they get this type of information. Shout out to Dust Productions, though. Dust Productions is not playing around. He wants his voice heard, and I look at that and say, well, where's more information for that? Also, more voice notes talking about having to watch Jenna all the time like a baby. Well, I don't know her maturity level. Jesus. When I was 18, I was doing some reckless things in my life. I kid you not, reckless. Now, there are things I did when I was 18 and 17 and 16. I would never do again, but we all have done it. And I wish I had some guidance back then, but I didn't. I didn't have too much guidance. It was me raising me. Remember, my mother lost custody of me. And I had to go live with a family member who basically it didn't work out with that family member either. But shout out to him though, the family member who took me in. And I don't know. When I was 18, I was doing dumb stuff, a lot of dumb stuff. And when you reflect on it as you get older, you're like, damn, man, I was dumb as shit for doing that. But anyway, thank you for the contribution, Dust Productions. We're going to put some more respect on your name because you are sponsoring this stream. You are sponsoring this stream, and we're going to put more respect on your name because you have been very generous to me, and you didn't have to do it, and I appreciate that. I appreciate your generosity. So shout out to you, Dust Productions. We're gonna put you back up there. All right. So without further ado, let's get into the trust. So this is a gun trust. The reason you get a gun trust, right, is if you have typically a silencer, a suppressor. It's not a silencer, it's a suppressor. Or an automatic weapon. Yes, right. You can get automatic weapons. I know they say no, you can't, but you can get an automatic weapon. All you got to do is go through ATF and get your stamp, and then you go get your automatic weapon. But you have to put it in a trust because after you transpire, if you don't have it in a trust, what's supposed to happen is they will come and confiscate it. That's right. That automatic weapon, that suppressor, they come and confiscate it. Oh gosh, Jen Valdez, chill out. You want to come up at the end and speak your truth? I'll drop the link for you. But you is doing way too much. Jesus, you here for the content, or are you here to speak the truth? It's probably Skye. Anyway, let's go over the trust. Okay, the trust is something you pass down, and when you pass it down, it's to another person, typically. Oh, snap. Before I get into it, right? Someone was telling the truth. Before I know, right? Y'all like, get to the goddamn trust. Someone was telling the truth And I got to show you. So let me, uh-oh. No. Is my computer freezing up? Uh-oh. Am I still live? No. Hold on. What? Oh my God. All right. Am I still here? All right. It looks like I'm still live. All right. I don't know what happened, but like I told you, this computer is acting up. Can you put a 1 in the chat if I'm still live? All right, we're back. We're good. All right, all right. Look, I ain't been streaming all like that, so I have no idea what's going on. Hold on, I gotta clear some stuff out. I got scared. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, what do I do? I've never done this before. All right, window. Oh snap. All right, here we go. Share. All right, this. People's like, go to the messages. Go to the messages. Go to the messages. All right, let's go to the messages. This is from baby sister. I just wanted to let you know, Dad had a living trust. Me and my mom are the trustees, and he didn't leave y'all anything. I know that might hurt your feelings, but my mom is trying to find a way we can help y'all make extra money out of her own good heart. She don't got to do nothing because everything is in our name. Courts take forever. The process in the state. My mom said you can go ahead and get a lawyer, and that's what you want. I'm just letting you know what it is. So now we look. We knew this when I posted this, right? That like, come on, can we be respectful of Jenna? What she got to do with all this? Hey, I get it. This is a little crass, but if someone harassing me, all bets are off. All bets are off. Like, come on. Thank you, April. April doing a great job. I appreciate April for being one of my top mods. Shout out to April. But here is Jenna saying we have a living trust. All right. And can everyone hit the like button? Let me close out the. Well, actually, we're gonna present something else. We're gonna go back to the trust. We gotta stop that. I know. Give me some time, and I am going to get much better at this. Much. I got to make sure I don't show the wrong thing because I don't want to jump ahead of the story. All right, there we go. So this is the trust. What does this say? This is the JDF trust by agreement entered on July 3rd, 2019 by JDF. Okay. Now look, when you get to a trust, you see it's 30 pages. It's 17 pages. We're not about to go through this page by page. We want the meat and potatoes. Okay? We want the meat and potatoes. So, all right, this is the trust. As long as the seller is competent during any period when seller is competent, seller is JDF. The highlighted parts are important. In the absence of direction by the seller, the trustee shall have full power and authority from time to time to distribute such amounts of the net income and principal of the trust estate to or for the benefit of the settler as the trustee shall, in the absolute discretion of the trustee deemed necessary or advisable for the health support and this is legalese to say, hey, trustee can basically become JDF. All right. What else do I have highlighted? Payments and disposition at death. So we're going to talk about the person transitioning. JDF transitioner. Settler hereby reserves a general power of attorney to which settler may dispose of any or all part of such property until settler's death. and trustees shall distribute that property that is appointed in accordance to the terms and provisions set forth in a separate written instrument exercising the power and subject to, look at all this legal stuff, right? I know this got to be bogging y'all down because it's bogging me down. Y'all like, who did he leave it to? Who did he leave it to? I know. I just want y'all to understand, when you have a trust and you transition, your trustee basically becomes you. All right. It says trustee. They to be effective as conclusively presumed to exercise the general power of appointment, reserve, seller to the document. Like, I hope Robin is reading this, because if you want to go into language, linguistics, or whatever, I remember you said, not no disrespect or anything, this is the type of stuff you're gonna have to write. This is the type of stuff you're gonna have to come up with. There we go. Let's make it bigger. All right. You see that, right? There we go. All such property not disposed of within the paragraph of 3, Article 5011, the settler has named Jenna Ray Frank as the settler's beneficiary. There you There it go. It was made in 2019. Who did he know about in 2019? He knew about Tammy, his other 3 kids. He knew about Jenna, and he did exactly what I would have done. Left it to my goddamn daughter. Okay? Goddamn daughter. So look, this trust is binding. This trust is bulletproof. Okay? But let's take it a step further. So he left his trust to Jenna Ray. But what happens? She is not 21. This is a gun trust. What? Hold up. What do you do when you have a gun trust and you leave it to someone who can't legally own a firearm? Uh-oh. It's written right here. Regardless of which provisions, blah, 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 distributed. Hold on, let me move it over. Let me shrink it down. Regardless of which provision of Article 2 controls distribution of trust property and trust property subject to the National Firearms Act shall be distributed only after the trustee ensures the transfer of said property complies with all federal regulations and laws of the state to which the trust property be. Look at all this legal jargon, right? All this legal jargon. The age and maturity of the person receiving the property. We know she's underage to receive firearms. Maybe he had a different. Who's the trustee though, right? We know Jenna's the beneficiary. Is there possibly a different trustee? All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you think there's a different trustee. Put a 2 in the chat if you think Jenna is the trustee. Because you can have your beneficiary and you can have your trustee. They don't have to be the same. Beneficiary is in death. Trustee, like, you could lose like consciousness, you could lose your mind. And next thing you know, someone said 1.5. You could lose your mind, and next thing you know, the trustee takes over. Okay. And I know a friend who he can't move out of the state or go too far because he's the trustee of his parents' estate. And his parents' estate is like, it's millions of dollars. It's millions of dollars. I'll let that guy out. Shout out to him. All right, so a lot of 2s. And what we gonna do is we gonna take this off screen just for a second so I could get to the page. Look, I redacted a lot of stuff, okay? And I just kind of, like I said, we don't want to dox people. But y'all seem split down the middle. I see 1s and I see 2s. Now, the trustee shall invest, distribute, and a general administer to each trustee the best of their advantage to the beneficiary or beneficiaries then entitled to enjoy the benefits as do, even though the results is or may be determined to subsequent beneficiaries. We know there's only 1 beneficiary, but there could be, there could be a co-trustee. Okay. Let's see. Let's get out of here. Let me put this down because it's just a lot of legal stuff. It's just a lot of legalese. I mean, gosh, these articles just be popping up, just popping up. If the beneficiary is a minor or incompetent at the time of distribution, or is to be made the beneficiary of the distribution, whether a principal income, both or nevertheless, be made in absolute discretion of the trustee. Gosh, like, shout out to, do I got any lawyers in the chat? Can we put like a 2 if you a lawyer? No, put a 5 in the chat if you a lawyer. Put a 5 in the chat if you a lawyer. I want to see the lawyers. Okay. Any lawyers. And look, it's also a bombshell. Patricia, you a lawyer? I don't know, Patricia. You've been so spicy. Patricia, you've been so spicy. Hey, Muskrats, paralegal. Okay, that's close. Okay. All right. So this is just legal words for saying if the beneficiary can't do anything, we got to default to the trustee. Beneficiaries prevented from receiving the trust property as defined most current amendment. Look, this is the Gun Control Act because you got to be 21. You got to be 21. Look at all this stuff. Co-trustees and successor trustees. Dun dun dun. Da, 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 da. All right. Skye was with him more, so I say Skye. She was with him more? Can she show a picture from the last year? Can she show a picture from the last 6 months? I'm not trying to go at her. But when I qualify if a person was with them or not, I'll look for things like that. I do. Shout out to Skye though. We're not trying to bash Skye or anything like that. We wish her the best. We wish all his kids the best, and we wish they come together. But they probably won't because Skye said they're dead to there. So let's see who is the trustee. Blah blah blah. Look at all this trustee stuff, this trustee jargon. Uh-oh. You see this in green? If Jason David Frank fails to cease to serve as trustee or otherwise becomes prohibited from possessing the trust property as defined by the most current amendment of the, that act of section 532, whatever, seller fails to nominate a successor trustee within 45 days, Jenna Ray Frank shall therefore after serve as the trustee. Jenna getting it all. Shout out to Jenna. All right. Now, what's the most important part? So there's 2 parts to this. You have 3 really. You have the beneficiary, you have the trustee, but most importantly is what's in his damn trust. When I saw what was in his trust, I was like, God damn. But anyway, that's just me being dramatic. This is all legal stuff. Like, look, seller, delivery of duly execute. This is legal stuff, right? You don't care. No one cares what this is. We already established, who gets what. Patricia said a lot of cash. You think so? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Oh gosh, legal jargon. When was this signed? We know it was on the something 19th. I'm sorry. I really do not like reading these legal documents. If you haven't noticed, I'd be so like blah 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 blah. Anywho, I didn't watermark this. That's odd. All right, we get into it. Governing law. All right, this is a signature. So we know in witness of the seller and trustee has hereunto set his or her on the 15th day of July 19th. JDF, it's notarized, it's official. You see this seal? It's bulletproof. But what the hell is in the trust? This looks like guns. Really? But wait, remember I told you that date in October 20? Let's go to it. Where we at? Right here. This date, 10/21/22, marks 1 year. So Shayla passed on 10/21/2021. All right, let's get back to the trust. All right. We know this was signed whenever. These are all signatures. Uh-oh. Property assignment into the trust. What do we have? And you look at this date, October 29th, 2021. Just 8 days after Shayla transitioned. I messed up. I didn't get the date of her funeral. My boss would be looking at me like, when was the funeral? Did he do this before the funeral or after the funeral? What made him do it? Now, look, I can't read minds, but what did he put in it? JDF Enterprises Incorporated, Rising Sun Karate, Jesus Didn't Tap Inc., The House, which I blocked out the address because we don't dox people, all bikes and cars, all jewelry, watches, cash and safe, all residuals from acting, bank accounts, memorability, Legend of the White Dragon movie, memorabilia, toys, jewelry, etc. that are associated with. Jenna gets it all. What do y'all think about that? Because it ain't over. We know she can't get it all. So what's the next step? What's the next step if she can't get it all? Come on, Patricia, you a lawyer. What happens if she's underage to receive the property that was passed down to her? What happens? All right. And he signed it. October 29th. That's his signature. This is, oh boy. What do we have here? What is this? If she's not a civil lawyer, she won't know. Just tell us, Henry. Look, I gotta tease it out. Can y'all like the stream? Let's see how many people we got in here. We got 17,000 people in here and 72 likes. Do I gotta go to a commercial break? Can we get the likes up? Can we get 10 people to like the stream? Like, no, look, no one is gonna provide this to you on YouTube. No one is even looking into JDS passing. Not one person. Not one person. Just me. Just me. And all that I ask is that you like the stream. It's free. It's free. You don't even have to contribute. You just, hey, I'm going to like the stream. I'm getting entertained. I've been here for an hour. This is information that no one has. Can we see what, is there any appreciation for this hard work or no? Y'all like, no, we not liking the stream. We don't mess with you. I hate that you keep posting this. We team Skye. We just realized Skye ain't getting nothing. What we got? What we got? You damn right. I'm digging deep. I'm digging so deep. And all I ask you to do is like the stream. Now I don't be, I could put up a commercial and, do some Kevin Samuels type stuff and say, hey, I need 1,000 likes or we gonna watch some chick dance. But we ain't gonna do that. We gonna get to it because I know y'all want to know what happens next. I know y'all want to know, can Tammy get charged? I know you want to know that. Okay. All right, don't be trolling too hard, Bougie Cat. April will snipe you. You good? You cool? We cool? You didn't came around. But if you trolling too hard, April will snipe you, and I support every decision April make. Okay. No one broke the TRO. Legally, no one broke the TRO. So just putting that out there. I know Taker, you've been on me. But anyway, we got the likes up. All right, cool. We got the likes up to a respectable number for all the effort I'm putting into it. Let's get back to the content. This is where it gets good, right? Because most people don't read in between the lines. Y'all just go for the quick stuff, right? This is very revealing. This is very, very telling. Okay. Application for temporary administration. I want you guys to go over these details very closely, very carefully, because something happened and something is in here. Okay? There's a bigger case in here. It's like you looking at it, you see one thing, but if you just scratch a little deeper, you find something. You'd be like, Oh, snap, that shit's loud. Sorry. I know y'all love my soundboard. I'm working on it. But anyway. All right. Application for temporary administration posted just 2 days after Christmas. God damn, you celebrate Christmas in back with more legal stuff. Like maybe I should do a Tammy timeline. Would y'all be interested in a Tammy timeline? Put a 1 in the chat for a Tammy timeline. Put a 2 in the chat for no. All right, so application for temporary administration. This is Tammie Frank. We we got a lot of we came out hard with some ones. We came out hard with some ones. They said, hey, we want that damn Tammy timeline. It looks like y'all split. Y'all are split down the middle. Wow. Oh, maybe ones are winning. Y'all want the Tammy timeline? Look, I don't know if Tammy watching or not, but I looked so far into JDF, I looked into Tammy. And look, Tammy, slow down, girl. Slow down when you driving. And you know why. You know why. You better slow down. Because I found some speeding tickets. I'm like, Tammy be driving fast. Fast. I was like, Jesus, Tammy, she got the lead foot, y'all. And you know, when women got that lead foot, I get scared. I ain't gonna front. All right, anyway. Application files this application in connection with the estate of Jason David Frank, deceased, for the appointment of Tammie Frank as temporary administrator for the issuance of letters. This is all legalese. Say, hey, look, appoint me the administrator of his estate. She is the surviving spouse and interested person in the domicile in the Harris County. This is, their address. Look, I don't dox people. I would never freaking dox people. Never. Damn. I'm really surprised a lot of people want this Tammy timeline. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I was really hoping y'all would be like, no, we don't want that. I was really hoping that. But anyway, the last 3 digits of Tammy. So look, you can get the last 3 of her social, last 3 of her driver's license. Tammy, tell your lawyer to stop putting that in there. It's unnecessary. All right, domicile, descendant, and age of date of death. This is JDF. He was domiciled at this address. He was 49. Existence of a will. Uh-oh. Did the will enter? Did the will enter the chat? Holy existence of a will. Uh-oh. Do we got a will enter in the chat? Because a will would supersede the trust. Because it's a last will and testament. All right. Just Niece with the super sticker. Like, wow, she's blown away. I'm blown away too. Thank you, Just Niece, for the $5 donation. I'm blown away. Existence of a will? Holy what's going to happen if the will comes in and says, screw Jenna, give everything to Skye? Nope, that ain't happening. JDF descendant died in intestate. That's just a fancy way of saying there is no will. So sorry, guys. There is no will. Now, I heard some rumors that there was one. But it's a rumor, so you know how I do with rumors. We ain't gonna talk about that. Anyway, the last 3 digits of his social, like Jesus, man. We don't know his driver's license at the time. I hope Skye gets to the state. Yeah. I bet you she do too, but it ain't happening. Defendant's death certificate, that's attached. But we're not even gonna touch on the death certificate because there's something in this that we need to touch on that's very important. Okay, descendant owned real and personal property having an aggregate probable value of at least $500,000. Now look, we know that house is $1 million house and someone said it's Jermaine's fault. Yeah, it's Jermaine's fault. she gonna be mad. Shout out to Blake. Blake, you Coach Gang? Is Blake Coach Gang? I don't know. That's an inside Coach Gang joke, but anyway. It should be noted that the descendant placed the majority of his property into JDF Trust. Okay? Which is a copy attached to B. So look, I could have left with this, but there's something in here that I want you guys to see. I want you guys to see this because this is downright dirty. This is downright shameful. Like when I was looking at this, I'm like, yo, what's going on? Okay, so we know he got the trust, which was never all property listed in the trust is community property, which was never incorporated into the trust by applicant. So basically what that's saying is everything is supposed to be in the trust, but it wasn't, some of the stuff wasn't put in the trust. Okay. Like you can be a little bit, someone can nitpick and say, well, that's not in the trust. Okay. Applicant will file a complete inventory of assets as required by law. So you got to list everything that, all the assets. Okay. Now look, heirs. Now, the name, majority status, all this stuff is redacted. Okay. All their addresses, middle names, redacted. So there's his 4 heirs. And what's interesting about this is Jacob and Hunter have the same address, right? The same address, but we just saw how Hunter feel about everybody. Like Hunter is like, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it. All right, Hunter, hey, Hunter out. All children born to or adopted by the descendant are shown in this list of heirs above. So no Drayden. So Drayden was never adopted, as we know. Descendant is previously married to Shauna Frank. I bleeped out her new name. They divorced in 2001. Descendant married applicant in 2003 and remained married at the time of his death. Okay. So we talked about the previous marriage. And remember Skye said something about a will? She never posted that he asked about the text message that she posted, if you look at it, it never says anything, hey, we need your information for a will. Not saying they don't exist, but I'm just saying based on, look, I'm looking at this like as an investigator. She said, Tony asked for the information for a will. But it just showed his confirmation that he got the addresses. He never said, hey, Skye, this is Tony. We need your information because your dad left you something in the will. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what the investigator sees. People who get emotional, who are like, I'm Team Skye. She should get something because she knew her dad. Like, I know my dad ain't giving me shit. Well, you bet not. If he do, I'll be surprised. If he give me something, it's out of guilt. But anyway, descendant marry applicant, necessaries for administration. Like this, look, are y'all getting this anywhere on YouTube? All right. If there is another YouTuber covering this, put a 2 in the chat. If I'm the only one covering it, put a 1 in the chat because I know I'm the only one covering it. And then I get people still in my videos and they think I don't know, but I see y'all. I reached out to a couple of them. Okay, Patricia said, no, there's other people covering it. They got the court documents, Patricia? Because I don't think they do. I don't think they got the court documents. I think they got what Skye posted on Instagram. I think they got that. Oh, you playing low. Okay, check yourself. I wouldn't even block you. I wouldn't even block you if you did it. Hey, people want to troll at your own risk because April will snipe you. She not playing. Shout out to April. But anyway, what do we have here? JDF trusts, blah, blah, blah. The interest of the descendant's estate requires immediate appointment of a temporary administrator because he owned through JDF Trust, Rising Sun Karate, and several other businesses, including but not limited to. This is all his business that we listed. JDF Enterprises, Jesus Didn't Tap, Inc., and much in the way of firearms, jewelry, memorabilia from his television and movie career, and cash, which are missing from his home and businesses. What? Did y'all see that? He was robbed. Or they were robbed. You see that bird, bro? Sorry, man. Sorry. They were robbed. Does anyone catch that? Hey, he owns the businesses by Limited JDF Enterprises, Jesus Didn't Tap, and much in the way of firearms, jewelry, memorabilia from his television and movie career, in cash, which are missing from his home and businesses. Okay? Who robbed them? I don't know. But this happens when you live in $1 million estate. And you know when the robbery happens? Now, I don't know if this is true when the robbery happens. There's one time when you can guarantee that you can have your way with this house. What is the one time you can have your way with the house with no interruptions? When, if you're gonna rob this house, when you gonna rob it? Anyone? Not saying that y'all would do it. Anyone know when this house was robbed? Anyone? If you're gonna rob a house with a million things, when are you gonna rob it? Someone said when he's traveling. Nope. When he's not home. Nope. Because someone's living there. Someone said, I'm not gonna repeat what Blake said. You rob the house. There you go. This person got it right. Better watch out. The funeral. That's the only time you know that no one is going to be there. So while the family's out grieving, someone came up. Someone came up. This is my theory. I don't know for sure. Maybe the person I'm interviewing tomorrow can confirm if they want to blow that, open that. But see, Rob at the funeral. I couldn't imagine, literally, I couldn't imagine going to bury, someone, everyone going to bury someone, and then coming back and everything in my house is gone. Or the weekend they were at the hotel. Perhaps. But the funeral is number one. The weekend is number two. So let's keep going. His various businesses are ongoing and require an authorized person to take the charge, the business immediately so that the doors may remain open, sales can be made, and payrolls can be met. Look, I do payroll. And you have to have a certain person has to sign off on it. So this is actually crucial. People could actually be working and not getting paid. Additionally, the applicant is attempting to trace the location and possession of the descendant's missing property described above. Applicant requires authority to hire an investigator like me. Hire me. Well, no, don't hire me. I got so much stuff going on with this divorce. I can't be flying out to Texas and knocking on doors and asking questions. But here's the thing. I'll give y'all some game real quick. Okay. So say you were robbed and you don't know who did it, but you may have some suspects in mind. Okay. You may have some suspects in mind. Hopefully this $1 million estate, right? This gated community has two things. One, a camera on the entrance and exit and all exits. I don't know if I didn't look too far into the estate. Entrance and exit. Because you want to know, hey, who all came in and who all left that day? Now, if the robbers are smart, they go through the woods. That's just how it works. If they live on the edge, you go through the woods, you do your deed, you escape through the woods. That way, you're never on camera driving in or out of property because they're going to look for a license plate. They're going to look for the model of the car and anything they can make out. Okay, so the police ain't going to really, no shade to the police, but they're going to be like, well, we don't know where to start looking. The most you could hope is some key piece of memorabilia pops up online for sale, okay? And you purchase it in hopes of getting the address of the person who sold it to you. You want to purchase it. You want to make sure, hey, there's so many videos of JDF going through his house showing his memorabilia. All you need is a video. Say, hey, he had some one of one things. Like I remember a poster with like a Louis Vuitton background. If you find that article online with the Louis Vuitton background, you buy it. If you really smart, you don't buy it yourself. You don't say, oh, Jenna Frank is trying to buy this. No, you send someone else to buy it. And if you can get it in person, even better. Even better. But outside of that, is really going to be an uphill battle for any police department. That's why she said hire investigators. Because when you say hire investigators, you know the cops is like, hey, look, man, what you want us to do? How much time you want us to put into it? Anyway, let's get back into it. If you're enjoying the content, like the stream, we still gonna get to if Tammy can get convicted. And then I'm gonna bring y'all up to see what y'all think about this. And if Skye want to come up, the real Skye, not the troll Skye, she can come up, but she gonna go live. And she waiting on her Jenna and Tammy to go live. Anyway, back to it, y'all. Back to the content. So, to hire an investigator, consult with law enforcement, authorize the release of a state property to recover this property. So, look, we trying to get this property back. Additionally, several days after the descendant's death, applicant received notice of judgment against him. That was that car case I covered. See, look, I covered everything. I covered the car case. This is the car case. They already filed a suggestion of death. I'm wishing for a new trial. We covered all that. What is it? The requested powers and duties of temporary administrator are. So these are, what she's saying. Hey, can I do this? Patricia, why you keep snapping? Skye needs to go live on here. Who cares about Jenna and Tammy going first? Gosh, Patricia, I thought you was a lawyer. Look, if you a lawyer or anyone with a professional career, never say anything online that you wouldn't say everywhere. And that's just my 2 cents. So to collect all the estate assets and property for administration under this court supervision, to file suit or defend against legal action. So that's the legal action of the lawsuit on behalf of the state as necessary to protect the estate's assets and property interests. So, hey, we need to protect the property's interest. To take charge and possession of the business known as Rising Sun Karate. So maybe there's some turmoil at the karate. Maybe. Pizza Queen? I said Pizza Queen. Shout out to Pizza Queen for the $4.99 donation. She's saying speed. Am I going too slow? I'm sorry, y'all. I just want y'all to understand it because I know sometimes when I talk, people don't pick up everything I say. They just pick up what they want to do. Pizza Queen, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Shout out to Pizza Queen. All right, so she wants to get control of the karate as well as JDF Enterprises. Now, look, I don't know what's all in JDF Enterprises. So this is business. This is high-level business. When you have an enterprise, you can put whatever you want under it. It could be a shell company. Not saying it is, but there could be businesses in JDF Enterprises. That's probably the company he used for making his appearances. I'm willing to bet that all checks were not made out to JDF. They were all made out to JDF Enterprises. To carry the usual and customary operation of the business, including but not limited to the power to collect all accounts receivable and pay all accounts payable and pay for basically to pay off the debts. Okay. Anywho, to serve as trustee of JDF Trust, to make possessions all cash on hand or deposit belonging to a descendant or the business, to open new accounts. So basically to become JDF, any assets of the business to secure payment of any such loan. So basically this is her asking to take over everything. You just become JDF. Here we go again, to make all necessary steps to investigate, locate, and recover assets of the estate, including firearms, jewelry, memorabilia from his television and movie career, and cash which are missing from the defendant's home and business. Someone robbed him. It sucks, yo. It sucks. It sucks. Qualifications, because you have to qualify, right? Remember, Jenna don't qualify. Tammie Frank is qualified and not disqualified from law, but being appointed temporary. Applicant requests the court immediately appoint her as the temporary. But don't we need something first? Don't we need something first? Don't you think we need Jenna to sign off on this? You think your mom could just strong arm and just take the estate? Well, here we go. Boop. What is this? waiver of appointment and right to letters of temporary administration. Okay. So now let's get to it. I, Jenna Frank, daughter of descendant JDF, waive and renounce my right to be appointed temporary administrator and to receive letters of temporary administration in connection with the descendants in state in favor of Tammie Frank, who is qualified to serve as the administrator's descendant estate. Now, look, here's the thing. If Jenna was 15, she wouldn't have to fill this out because it would just automatically default to Tammy more than likely. I think it was something in the trust that's read like that in the 1,000 pages. But what do you guys think about that? Let's take a break before we get into can Tammy be charged? All right. You're going to like the can Tammy be charged because what if I told you there was someone who got charged with something heinous? Okay. So what do y'all think? Now that we know, let's just do a recap. Everything was left to Jenna. Jenna is seeking to transfer it to Tammy. And I checked this morning before I did this stream. It has not been signed off yet, but it's coming. There's no lawsuit that could potentially stop it. And if a lawyer is in the chat and says, "Hey, we could stop this," please come up and explain it to us. Because I know a little bit about the law, but I'm not a lawyer or anything like that. But we want to know, can Tammy get charged? And since I'm an investigator, we gonna look at because I'm gonna give y'all some proof. I'm gonna give y'all, hey, this is what happened, and this person was charged. But before I go forward, I need 5 people to like the stream. That's it. I just need 5. Can 5 people like the stream? Or y'all want to see a commercial? Because I can explain to you how it can happen. And if it's legal or not. Okay? If it's legal or not to charge someone, and how it can happen, and if it's legal, and if it can happen to Tammy, based on the evidence that I have found. All right, so what do we have here? Not this article. Sorry, give me a second. I have to find it. I didn't get much time to prepare, y'all. I'm so sorry, but I was having a great connection test, a phenomenal connection test. And if this person comes through tomorrow with this interview, it's gonna be so explosive that y'all gonna like it. But we wind it down. The JDF is gone, and you know what was my next thing? The next thing is bigger than JDF. And it's not so much doom and gloom. And it is related to me some way. It does involve a divorce, but it's interesting. It's trendy. It's new. It's young. It's fresh. It's hot. And some people may know it. And shout out to Coach Gang because he told me to look into it. And I was like, all right, Coach, I'll look into it. But anyway, enough of me rambling. Let's get to this case. All right. So you may know this. Michelle Carter case, right? This was famous. This made headlines. It was a documentary on it. The texting self-deletion case 5 years after sentencing. So they updated the case, which is great, which is phenomenal. We're going to quickly go through it, and then we're going to talk about the legality of it, and then we're going to see if we can apply it to Tammy. Okay? I know it's a lot of interest in that. Michelle Carter case, the texting case. All right. So what do we have? They're going to give you some facts. I love facts. I hate feelings. I hate emotions. I'm just all about facts. So what does it say? Michelle Carter. Y'all want to make this bigger? All right. Is that big enough for you? No, let me stop. Michelle Carter text boyfriend 1,000 times before his deletion. Okay. Authorities found his body. He was 18 years old in his pickup truck parked outside the Kmart in Fairhaven, Massachusetts. He self-transitioned by breathing carbon monoxide from a portable generator and had placed him with inside his cab or truck. Remember, we don't want anyone to self-transition. We want all y'all to stay alive and breathing. And look, people have reached out to me with their stories. And believe it or not, I've given some people advice to stay alive. Although Roy had struggled with depression and had been prescribed antidepressants, the investigation took a turn, okay, when police learned of a series of texts, eventually more than 1,000, exchanged with Michelle Carter, then 17. So he got his young girlfriend, text him 1,000 times in a week prior to his demise. Carter would be described herself as Roy's girlfriend, appeared to be encouraging him to carry out his self-deletion, according to prosecutors, who later charged her with involuntary manslaughter against her. So they hit her with a manslaughter charge. Manslaughter is kind of like when you delete someone, but you didn't intend to do it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't wake up one day and say, hey, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete Henry. You didn't wake up and say that. You saw me, and then in a fit of rage, you just said, I hate his JDF videos. I hate what he's doing. I'm mad that Skye not getting nothing, and I'm going to delete him. Okay. Anyway, please don't come delete me. All right. Prosecutors allege she was playing a sick game of life and death. We're going to get to the juicy part. What did she say? In her opening statement during Carter's 2017 trial, said who was 20 at the time. So this is 3 years after the trial. This is 3 years after he expired. They having this trial. This is to put things in perspective. And after I get through this, we're gonna go through it. So it's probably gonna take me about 15 more minutes to get through this, and then we gonna bring y'all up. So be ready to talk. Be ready to be respectful. Patricia P, like, come on, girl, you've been snapping. Anyway. At the time of her trial, wanted sympathy and attention from other girls at school, yearning to be the grieving girlfriend. What? Who couldn't stop her boyfriend from committing self-deletion. So basically, after he deletes, she goes to school with the sad face and start talking that soulmate talk. And she can't, do anything, all right? The defendant needed something to get their attention. The prosecutor said, when the girls ain't in the cool club and they're like, I want to be in the cool club. And they like, hey, why would you be in the cool club? She's like, well, my boyfriend, he took his life and I'm hurt. So put me in the cool club. Flynn also alleged that Carter tried to pretend to the Roy family that she didn't know the manner and location of Roy's demise, despite texts from her that allegedly indicated otherwise. So what happens is, when someone transitions, like JDF, I'm sure Tammy was grilled by everybody, like, hey, what the hell happened? I'm sure the police is like, what the hell happened? Because if I transition, please investigate my ex. Please do something like this for me that I did for JDF, and leave no stone untouched, because she gets everything, y'all. Like, if I go tomorrow, she's a millionaire and I want her to get nothing. Put that on the record. Anyway, she never admitted to anyone in the Roy family that she had helped Conrad for weeks devise a plan. So she's instrumental in saying, hey, this is how you gonna do it to self-transition, or that she was on the phone with Conrad and knew he self-deleted in a Kmart parking lot. See, this is what an investigation looks like. She come out and plan this hurt girlfriend. The cops look into it like, yo, wait, what? Someone said I froze. All right, sorry. Look, they trying to take me out. I'm giving y'all too much game. Too much game. All right, we're going to keep going. Conrad's mother, like, damn, this is tough. This is doom and gloom. We're going to have to skip past this a little bit because it's doom and gloom. The mother, I thought he was doing great because look at her. Oh, okay. We got to skip past that because I get a little emotional because I told you, my cousin, she gone. She ain't coming back. Anywho, during the Carter trial, Conrad's mother, Lynn, recalled their last day together. Last day. She joined him and his sisters for a day at Horseback Beach in Westport, Massachusetts. Conrad had attempted to OD in 2012 after leaving the treatment. So this is saying, hey, my son was not okay. He tried, but he was unsuccessful. But he had just been accepted to Fitchburg State University and planned to study business after his recent high school graduation. I thought he was a little depressed, she testified. But she added, I thought he was doing great. Because parents never know. People hide this stuff. You think people didn't think JDF was doing good? And then all of a sudden, gone within a second? Come on. Sometimes you don't see it. We're going to keep going. Now, here we go. Carter's text to friends. His death is my fault. Now, what I'm about to show you is graphic. And if you don't know about this case, you about to see how this is how they got her. You need to do it, Conrad. The more you push it off, the more it will eat you. You are ready and prepared. All you have to do is turn the generator on and you be free and happy. No more pushing it off, no more waiting. If you want it as bad as you say you do, it's time to do it today. Do you see this? Do you see this? These text messages right here, they don't show the meat and potatoes, but what happened is, what she say? She texted a friend, Salmon's death is all my fault. Be careful what you text. Like, honestly, I could have stopped him. I was on the phone with him. He got out of the car because it was working and he got scared. And I effing told him to get back in the car. She texts someone else that. So, like, look at this. This is someone who is 17 coercing her boyfriend to get back in the car. He's trying to self-delete. He gets out. I can't do it. She said, get your ass back in the car. And this is kind of what happened. I should have did more. It's all my fault because I could have stopped him, but I effing didn't. These are text messages. Like, this is how you convict someone, okay? This is, someone said it, pure evil. Yeah, this is pure evil at 17. What do you think she grew up to be? Think she got less evil? I heard him die, Carter text. This is her. She heard him die. He's on the phone with her. I'm dying. Do you think she called the police? Do you think she called the parents? No. She went to school the next day playing the grieving girlfriend and act like she didn't know where he was at. This is a crazy story. It's been documentaries on this. But we gonna get down to it. She was talking to him on the phone. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Carter's lawyer, she tried to talk him out of it. What? Where? When? You see, lawyers gonna argue no matter what. There's no whatchamacallit. You got the text messages, right? The text messages are proof. You text them this. Her lawyer's like, no, she tried to talk him out of it. You believe that? Do you, if you put it, okay, we ain't even got to do the ones and the twos. Okay. Where are we at? Let's skip through. They argued that he was on psych meds that impaired his judgment. You know, it's not her fault. It's the drugs that made him do it. Now, he did do it. But we'll get to the legalese of everything. We'll get to it. Carter sent Roy dozens of texts after his demise. So, I miss you. Where you at? This is him. R.I.P. R.I.P. to him. Okay. She was convicted of involuntary manslaughter in 2017. This is 3 years. Involuntary manslaughter. Involuntary manslaughter. So that's what we're looking at to charge Tammy with, right? That's what y'all want to see. And I'm gonna answer that question. Can she be charged? Now look, this is where it pissed me off. She cried at the defense table. Judge convicted her because of Roy's final moments. The judge basically said, look, the final moments were on you. Where is the point? She gets sentenced 15 months in jail. I talked him into taking his life. I get sentenced 15 months in jail. Okay. But it was suspended. 15 months of that sentence was suspended However, agreed to stay her trial sentence until the appeal was resolved. So basically said, you can go home to your family until we go through all the appeals process, because she was trying to argue freedom of speech. Family, how could you do this? How could you be so vicious? Courts are like, hey, those texts were cherry picked. That didn't show the whole story. Like, how much more story you freaking need? Hey, get back in the car. Hey, it's working. Get back in. And it, look at this is a monster. This is what a monster looks like. I'm telling you, this is a monster. This is not some innocent girlfriend or whatever. Texts were protected free speech, the appeal argued. So you mean to tell me you could use free speech to hide under free speech to, do this? You remember the Kool-Aid? Was that free speech when everyone drank the Kool-Aid? We're not getting into that. And she went to jail and they let her out early. She only served 11 months. 11 months. And she's on probation until August 22nd. Okay. Now, Conrad's mother launches suicide coercion a crime. Okay. Suicide coercion. Because remember, they didn't charge her with suicide coercion. They charged her with manslaughter. Now, this gonna piss y'all off. The controversial media coverage. And this is probably like a law school thing. I kid you not. You probably have people in school studying this. And I'm no lawyer. The parents spoke out. I can't read the parent stuff. All right, this is getting too heavy for me. Sorry. All right. We got to get out of there. Too much doom and gloom. So she argued it was unconstitutional to charge her, and she appealed it up. She appealed it up to, I think, the state level. And the state shot it down, and she tried to get it up to the Supreme Court level. And the Supreme Court upheld the conviction. Okay. Should she have been charged with manslaughter? Based on the way the laws are written? No, I know she shouldn't. It sucks. She shouldn't have been charged. So why was she charged? It was an emotional charge. It was an emotional charge because someone actually followed her guidance and deleted themselves. So she showed she had control over it, and the person deleted themselves. If anything, it should have been like, because what they're saying is she wasn't at the scene of the crime. How are you going to get charged with manslaughter if you wasn't at the crime? How are you going to get charged with manslaughter if the person did the action themselves? So legally, she shouldn't have been charged, but she was charged emotionally because a mother and father lost their son. Now, how can we apply this to Tammy? How does this apply to Tammy? All right. Can Tammy be charged with suicide coercion in the state of Texas? No, she cannot. Why? Because it's not a law. Okay. Two. So we can't charge her with suicide coercion. Can we charge her with manslaughter? Sure, you could charge anyone with manslaughter. But would a defense attorney risk their conviction rate to charge her with manslaughter? Okay, what evidence would you need, right? This is the part where you say evidence matters. So you're going to go to the DA, and all my emotional people are going to say, hey, she caused him to transition. She could have said something, maybe. Okay, let's say you say she said something. The DA going to say, you got proof? You got 1,000 text messages for me? Do you have a text message with, JDF saying I can't go through with this and her saying go forward? Do you have video footage of her, the conversation in the room of her telling him to do this? Do you have a witness testimony of someone next door saying, hey, she told him to go do this? If you don't have any of that, how? Because they go off of evidence. So I know all my conspiracy theorist people are going to be mad. This is probably where y'all leave the stream. But evidence, what evidence do you have to support your case? I get it. You got feelings, emotions. Hey, he did this video where he said he would never do this. Okay, yeah. A lot of people say I'll never do a lot of things, and they do it. How many people say they never going to drink again? And what they do? Drink. I've done it, but I don't drink as much. But to get back to the serious, you got to have proof. You have to have proof. Okay, let's just say we don't have the video of her going to get the snacks. All right. But does okay, so maybe she lied about going to get the snacks. But is that proof she did something to him? Some said, stop drinking, you have a daughter. I don't drink when my daughter is around. I don't. You know why? Because I'm in a custody case. And if I drink when my daughter's around, you know what's going to happen? She's going to be like, he drinks around the daughter, even if it's a beer. And here's the thing. Sorry to get off this, but Patricia got me triggered. I can't drink as much as I used to. 2 beers, I wake up hungover. So I usually only have 1 beer. So even my friends are like, what happened to you? I'm like, dude, I got old. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is you can't charge her with nothing. You have no evidence. There is no evidence. Trust me, if there was someone who was in the room next door, the other door, upstairs, downstairs, that said, hey, I heard her tell him to do this, they would come forward. The police will be investigating. The police will say, hey, can we get your statement? Because even if you say, well, she benefits monetarily, which we see, you still got to have proof. If I get into a car accident tomorrow and my wife becomes a millionaire, please investigate her. I don't care if she was in another country. Who hit me? See if you can find a freaking connection, okay? See if you can find a freaking connection. But anyway, all right, let's do a little poll. 1 in the chat if you think she cannot be charged. Cannot is for 1. If Tammy can be charged, put 2. Now, I gave you all the evidence. 1 for cannot, 2 for let's charge Tammy. 2, I explained the whole thing. Are we charging Tammy? I'm the DA. I'm the defense attorney. Hey, guys, y'all suspect some foul play? Are we charging her? I saw 2 2s. I saw 3 2s. 1, okay. 1 for Taki. So it looks like 90, it's a high percentage y'all saying, hey, we can't charge Tammy. I gave y'all all the evidence. No case, no evidence. There we go. Let me drop the link. This is what I do, an investigator. This is what I do. I hate that I do it because when you digging into people's lives. So I saw 2 people who put 2, right? Ray, look, let's call them out. Let's put them on blast. So we got C. Rick, no profile picture. Pizza Queen holding it down. She's like, no, I don't care that I donated. I don't care. I'm charging her. And we got Ray. So we got, we got all the people. Most people have no channel. They just here. Oh, I forgot to turn on the freaking thing. We could have some trolls in here. So I'm going to drop the link. If people want to come up and they say, hey, we going to charge her, let's have a conversation. Be respectful. Be respectful. If you're not respectful, I'm going to just boot you off the stream. So let me drop the link, guys. If you guys want to come up, speak your piece. I've given you everything. We talked about there's no law to charge her. So I don't know what well, all right, that's the right one. And I'm going to pin it to the top. Hit the pin. Now, look, if you hear the stream, make sure you like the stream on the way out. Technically, the stream is over. I'm just going to be rambling. It's the weekend. We chilling. Sorry, no evidence, but no dice. And look, Eric used to be anti-Tammy. I used to be a little anti-Tammy. I ain't gonna front. I was like, this story don't make no sense. But I looked at all the evidence. I came forward, and if I'm the DA, I can't charge her. Sorry. No evidence yet. People like, yet. All right. Okay, yet. All right, yet. Okay. It's been, 2 months almost? Okay, mate. You know what? Here we go, right? Let's play devil's advocate. Let's not just do this. Tammy funds the channel. I wish. Tammy has never given me any money. In fact, I'll give you this. This is a little behind the scenes. Someone reached out to me close to Tammy and said, call her. Remember? They sent me some money too. They sent me some money. I'm not going to say their name, but they sent me some money. And I didn't call her because I wasn't set up, nor would I call her because I wasn't prepared for it. And I sent the money back. Maybe they'll come forward and say, yeah, he sent me the money back. And remind you, My divorce about to cost me over $100,000, and I'm sending money back. Goddamn. Shout out to Dust Productions, man. Dust, you want to come up? Dust Productions just donated to support your stream. Got a new remote for my 75-inch TCL TV, and it's awesome. Shout out to you, Dust Productions, for sponsoring today's stream. I really appreciate your generosity. Does anyone want to come up and tell me how they're going to convict Tammy? Or maybe you want to come up and say you're not convicted. Or maybe I changed your mind. Or maybe you're looking at the evidence. Or maybe you want to ask questions about tomorrow's interview that may drop Monday. I may stream Sunday. I may stream Monday. I got here's a funny story for all you guys are here. Thank you, Dust Productions. Your generosity does not go unnoticed. Shout out to you for sponsoring today's stream. I really appreciate you. So I'm going through a divorce. I am cool with my father-in-law. You know why? Because his daughter no longer speaks to him. Let that sink in. So he's coming over this weekend to drop off some gifts for his granddaughter. Family stuff going on. I'm doing everything. So no one wants to come up and charge Tammy. I'm appalled. The 3 people who had the 2s in the chat, you get priority. See, that's what I'm talking about. People hide behind their keyboards, but when it's time to talk that talk or walk that walk, they quiet. I just be like, who would come up? Who would come up? Rita would come up. She'll come up. But anyway, and get blocked? No, you won't get blocked. If you want to come up and speak your piece, speak it, but be respectful. Just say, hey, I don't believe her. She should be charged because of this. That's all you got to say. I don't believe her. She should be charged because of ABC. But I guarantee your ABC is not like any physical evidence. BM, you got to cam up. I don't think you about to just come up here and not show your face. And with a name like BM, come on now. See, this is what I get. Everyone know you got to cam up. Maybe I'll get... Okay. Someone said Lord Zed. He might. Let me turn that up. See, I had all these planned. That's Lord Zed. BM, are you going to cam up? If you ain't going to cam up, stand on it. See ya. All right. You got to cam up. If you want to come up here and talk your ish, I put my face on the line. You see me. I'm talking it. I'm talking the talk. I'm walking the walk. Anywho, this is what I got on. So look, we'll talk about this interview tomorrow. Oh my goodness. I'll give y'all a preview. It's explosive. I talked to this person for like 2 hours. 2 hours total. And millions of messages back and forth. Daniel Romano. All right. Y'all ready? Put your hands up, Dan. Can you hear me? You gonna be respectful? Can I get a thumbs up for respect? All right. Daniel Romano, he put the thumbs up for respect. And I think
Here's the thing before you call me a conspiracy theorist, though. You can't charge Tammy because here's the thing. We still haven't got video footage. There's so much that we don't know yet. But what's interesting to me is knowing it's great you're looking into all this stuff, but yet you won't dig into Tammy so much. You did at first, but now things have switched, in my opinion, from what I'm noticing.
If I found her speeding tickets, you don't think I dug into her?
Nobody cares about speeding tickets. And as I said, there's no footage. And even if she did, she's got plausible deniability. She can say it's very similar to JFK too. If you think about people don't think about that. She benefits, so obviously, what's she gonna say? And and even how you've been dismissing Skye, I really dislike that. She has everything to lose. Why would she lie about what she's saying? That's very odd. That you would think again. Call me a conspiracy theorist, only one. It's just I'm noticing little patterns here and there with things that I really don't like it.
Look, okay, here we go. Video footage, right? You want video footage?
I do. I want autopsy photos. I want everything. Like you say, oh, it's too heavy. You guys can't handle the truth. No, I want the truth. I want no matter how harsh, ugly, dirty, nasty it is. I really don't care. Because I care a lot about JDF. Like, here's the thing. It's more than just knowing a name. I understood the dude, and he wouldn't do this. Like, he was very open in JDF Spoken Truth about this. He was very symbolic with everything he was doing. So you knew how to, like, again, it's great you're digging all this stuff out, but you're not really thinking. Because when we, like, people like me, you call us conspiracy theorists, when really you have to use your imagination. You have to think in other directions on this because it goes many different ways. You're only going one way, and that's just not right. You have to think.
I go with that
Because so far all you're trying to do is paint Tammy as innocent, which, okay, maybe she is. But as I said, there's a lot of people who benefit, including her, from JDF being gone. There's Hasbro, there's Boom, there's all these other things you haven't even tapped into yet. Which, and again, you can call me a conspiracy theorist all you want. I watch Alex Jones, I watch all these other people, and that's fine with me. I don't care. And like, it's very interesting that you call people like us who question it when you're an investigator yourself. You're supposed to question this stuff, but yet you won't. Like, it's up to regular people like me, which is very strange. As I said, Mr. An investigator, like, how are we supposed to take you seriously if you won't go to all these other branches? It's really interesting.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
As far as video footage, you got to have a warrant for that. You think if I went up to the hotel and said, hey, I want to see your video footage of the night JDF passed, they're going to be like, okay, Henry, here you go. You got to have a warrant for that. So I can only do so much.
You're in Texas too, right?
No, I'm not in Texas.
Okay. Neither am I. I'm in Chicago.
We'll fly down
there. If I was there, I would definitely look into all this stuff because I don't care. I have nothing to gain.
Okay. So I can't get video footage. What are you looking for in the autopsy report?
Okay, his casket was closed, so I want to see, why would it be closed? Was he beat up before it? Was it a hit job? What exactly are they hiding? If there's nothing to hide, show it.
All right, look. Do I got your attention? Tell her to skedaddle. What if I told you the casket was open and then they closed it for the live stream?
Then again, I say, what's there to hide? Like, I want, like, JFK. Where's photos? Because you can see JFK, Robin Williams. You can see all them easily. So,
okay. So, what? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Never mind. Focus on me.
All right. Look, I appreciate you coming up and sharing your thoughts. As far as the autopsy report, anyone can get it. In fact,
so why haven't you?
It's some red tape in between getting it.
But you're an investigator, right? Or at least that's what you claim.
Oh yeah,
you have all this.
I can get it, but what are you looking for in the autopsy report?
Again, I want to know what did he hang himself with exactly? Because in everything else we haven't seen it. So again, I want the proof. I don't believe what's coming out. So you're all about evidence. Give me the evidence. I want to see it.
The death certificate that said hanging was not enough proof for you?
No, because I don't buy any. Because again, it happens all the time. You know.
So if the police report says hanging, would that be enough evidence for you?
No, I read that and I still don't buy it.
You read
they can put down anything.
You read the police report?
Yeah, I read whatever you put up.
Oh, so I never put up the police report.
No. Then what was the other stuff you showed?
The death certificate. That's based
on.
Yeah,
but there was no. I'm thinking the prenup.
All right. Thank you for coming up, Daniel Romano.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. All right. Hey, Muskrats, how are you? You okay? I ain't bring you up yet. Are you team convict? Put a thumbs up for convict. Thumbs down for not convict. All right. Let's add her. Okay. Hey, Muskrat.
Hello.
All right. I can't hear you that much, but I can't do sign language.
I'm going to take them off. Hold on.
Better. Thank you so much.
I took it out. I took out the earbud.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
So,
Good evening.
What do you think so far?
Well, I think you've done a fantastic job on everything. It's a
You sure?
lot.
Daniel Romano just said I wasn't. He was doing. I'm doing a shit job.
I don't have any. I respect the integrity of what you've done. I don't have any bias. I'm not Team Skye. I'm not Team
We got to
Tam.
stop that.
You know, I really what breaks my heart, aside from the fact that this was someone's father, someone's son, someone's husband, is a lot of the fans that really like it's black and white, the proof is there, and because they idolize the idea of a character, of a version of him. You know, and this is like when we leave this earth, there are so many people that knew versions of us, and
Yes.
it's just that's the heartbreaking part, is that I'm sure he had a big impact on a lot of people, but you know, the anger and the disbelief is not going to change the fact that he's no longer here. And I think you've done a really great job on this.
Well, thank you. Hey, Muskrats. And are you team convict or team not convict?
As far as
Or
convicted
charge?
death,
As yes, charging or not charge?
I don't think there's no case there.
Okay.
You
All
know,
right. That's it.
yeah, there's no
You're gonna
case there.
piss some people off.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And you know what? The hotel that they were at, there's no video footage. It wasn't a glorious, glamorous, you know,
You know the hotel. Don't say it.
hotel. I know about the hotel. I live not too far from Fort Bend County, so I know
Oh,
it's not what people
I
think.
know. It's not
Yeah,
no 5-star. I
correct.
know the hotel too.
It
Thank
is.
you so much,
Yeah.
Muskrats, for coming up and sharing your story. I appreciate that.
Have a good evening.
All right. Bye-bye. Hey, Brent, where you at? I can't see you. Can I see your face? You know, I don't want, Brent to come up and just, where's your face? All right, y'all. What do y'all think? Anyone else want to come up? I can't see Brent's face. Okay, Brent came to another one. All right, Brent, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Are you team convict or team not convict? And be respectful.
Honestly, I say not convict. And
Not
honestly, a
charging.
lot of these people that are coming up, unfortunately, I think they're just stuck on the whole nostalgia of JDF being a Green Ranger and everything like this. But the fact of the matter is, the man was going through a lot of stuff. You know, depression has a lot of faces. And, a lot of people in the past, even after, self-deleting, there's a lot of questions. And unfortunately, those are questions that we're not going to get answered. And he's the only one who can answer anything. And unfortunately, he's not here. So, yeah, everyone's focusing on the nostalgia. Let the man rest in peace. You know, I know the stuff doesn't make any sense, but unfortunately, it is what it is, man.
Okay. What do you think of the content? Have I been team Skye or team Tammy? How do you feel about it? Hello?
Honestly, I think you've been very, very neutral. I think you've been very respectful with giving everything and presenting everything the way it is, not wanting to sway one way or the other. It's just give the people the truth.
Yes. I've been trying to, but I get accused of, what I think people have in their mind that certain things happen, but there's no proof of it happening, or certain things not happening because they don't want it to happen. Like,
Well, there's a lot of things in this life that we don't want to happen, man. I mean, I don't know how many different ways they want to put it.
Yeah. Well, all right, Brent, thank you for coming up and sharing your piece. I appreciate that. And anyone else want to come up? Anyone else want to come up that has not been banned from the channel? That has not been banned from the channel. Bougie Cat. DEFCON, I see you back there, but you wild, man. I have no idea. You trolled me earlier with the whole Meekins thing. And I know it was you who put the flowers out there. I know it was you. That's what you wanted to say? All right, is that it? Send me a private comment. Send me a private comment because I know you put the flowers out there. See, I be knowing these things. He's giving me the green light. Look, I can't bring you up because I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know what you're gonna say. I know what team you on. You a little biased. He said he's not biased. All right, look. Tomorrow, the next stream, Bougie Cat, where you at? You not connected. All right, let the chat decide. Let the chat decide. If y'all want to see DEF CON, put 1 in the chat. If y'all want to, if you want me to end the stream, put 2. Now we know DEF CON put the flowers off at the funeral, at the grave. How he got the address, I don't know. Lovely Dow said 2. Flip a coin. I like the flip a coin. Uh-oh. The ones want you to have a chance to shine. All right, look. One's got it. I'll give the audience what they want. Some provisions. No accusations. All right? All right, everybody. Hold on before you talk. Me and you have a similar interest. We are both into firearms. You probably a better shot than me. I've seen your work. I'm like, oh, okay.
Maybe.
Oh, you definitely are. You got some military experience. I'm just in my backyard shooting down a tree with an AR-15.
Hey, I love it. I love it.
All right, so DEF CON, be respectful.
I am. Yes, I am. Look, man. So my whole thing here, and I'm so sorry that I got twisted with you the first time around. I was really trying to get Meekins on. I just really want you to know that I was not trolling you with that. I was not. I am in contact with Meekins. I can prove that.
It's fine. What do you?
I'm trying
because I got other people to get to.
I know. Roger that. Roger that. I just wanted to explain because I saw people like making crazy assumptions about the bullet in the flowers.
I know JDF is in the firearms.
I put that there out of respect for him because one of the firearms on his gun trust that you were showing, I had to show him how to operate that particular firearm. So that is why I couldn't talk. So I saw people asking, hey, where's DEF CON? I'm like, oh my God, people are asking for me.
I block DEF CON because DEF CON he could be getting in the chat.
Hey dude, and I threw you some dough to the channel to support.
I appreciate the support. But you can't buy me DEF CON. You can't,
I get it, bro.
Look, not for sale.
I just want you to get the truth. No matter who that sheds a positive or negative light upon, that's all I want.
Okay.
And
what do you think the truth is, DEF CON? Be respectful because I
don't know.
Okay.
If I knew, then I'd be talking to police and stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, so it's like, and dude, I respect you trying to get to the bottom of everything. Look, I really appreciate you letting me run right now.
Supposed to get the damn police report, but they just hit me with a little roadblock.
I feel you, and you know, I know a couple of local investigators and detectives, and I can try.
Talk to them.
I can try.
You can start the challenge like, hey, look, I got the police report. It's hard because I'm not gonna go into it, but it's hard. But anything else you want to say? Because I got 2 other people. I got my #1 troll back there.
Yeah, bro, you take them. If you would, please unblock me, man. Like I just want to. I'm trying. I'll be cool. I'll be cool.
All right, I'll unblock you for the next stream. Respect to you, DEF CON.
Hey, respect to you, brother. I really appreciate that.
I'll unblock you today. And if I don't, send me an email or something. I'll take care of you.
Okay, right, thank you, man.
All right, we got Bougie Cat. Bougie Cat, look, the stream is over, but if y'all enjoying the content, please like it. Bougie Cat is my #1 troll, but he's a better investigator than me. Super good. Super good. If he started his own channel, my channel I wouldn't be doing it because he goes deep. All right, Bougie Cat, we're going to allow him to come up with his messed up camera.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up, Henry?
What's going on, man? Thank you for all the information you sent me, man.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I mean, I don't agree with you saying that I'm better.
You're definitely better.
I mean, you did this for a living, bro.
Well, that don't mean other people can't do it. I could teach people how to do this in like a week or 2.
Okay, all right. Well, I just want to show my green base for the Green Ranger.
Ah, nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah, I just wanted to chime in a little bit on the whole situation. I think a lot of people are like that other person that brought it up was saying, a lot of people are bringing in their nostalgia and their emotions, and you also brought it up with Tammy and on the rest of the family. They're and Skye. They're all going through their 5 stages of grief. I thought there was 8 stages, but I don't know.
I looked up 5.
Okay. All right. But yeah, so anger is like one of them. So I get it. We really shouldn't judge.
Right.
And I think someone brought it up. I think there was that Daniel Romero. He brought up in my head.
He said this was JFK.
Yeah, he was getting a little once he said Alex Jones, I kind of like, right, guys.
Well, you can't just you can't just dismiss him because you don't agree with who he listens to.
No, it's not just that. It's not that, but it's like a lot of times when, and this is going outside of just JDF. This is just people in general. This
I
is
see you back there.
Human nature is just to believe what you want to believe,
right?
And to reaffirm your confirmation bias. So in other words, if let's say I'm Red Ranger fan.
Make it quick, Bougie.
Right. Okay. I'm a Red Ranger fan. You're a Green Ranger fan. Whatever you say about the Green Ranger, I don't care, because it's like it's like Dodgers versus Mets. It's like a sports fan thing or politics.
Yeah.
You're just going to always believe what you want to believe in any little thing because it's going to hit you emotion wise. So I think we need to step back, and that's what I did a 180, like I said with you. Like I didn't agree with what Daniel was saying. Like you said that you were being biased against Tammy, because even I came from the same opinion where Daniel came from in the beginning.
In the beginning, I was like, yo,
Tammy, like were you like anti-Tammy? Because here's the thing, and I know you say you want to make it quick, but I think I explained this to you, but I want to also explain to the chat. I'm coming from a personal experience where I knew 2 people who self-deleted. One was a good friend of mine. She was a black belt in karate. I trained her to black belt.
Okay.
So to me, it was like losing a child almost.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then the thing is, I kind of guilted myself because it was a relationship issue with her husband that neglected her, and then she took it to heart, and then she got exhausted, and she just and when I told my friend who used to date her, he said, and there's nothing you can do. It's like you got to treat it like a mental illness. So when I saw the In My Head poem that JDF did, he cycled through all these different vices, like bipolar, MPD, even suicidal tendencies. He brought that up, and he brought it up in another video where he was talking about the video of the poem he did, and he talked about a 10-year-old child who saw his Power Rangers show when he was a kid, and the kid wanted to self-delete but stopped because he looked at JDF and he saw his idol, he saw his hero, and he told him that years later. He said, this show saved my life. Yeah. And even in that video, when JDF is talking about that, he said, listen, I'm not a perfect person. I'm going through this just like the rest of you guys. And it's hard for me to bring out these poems and bring out my it's harder than going to war. It's harder to going into an MMA match, just to let your guard down, take the mask off, like you said.
That's him looking himself in the mirror, putting that stuff.
Yeah, it's self-affirmation, and it's therapeutic, like you said before. It's a therapeutic.
I appreciate. Go ahead.
And there's one other thing. So the other person that I knew that self-deleted, she self-deleted after her spouse self-deleted, and the reason that was, I told you,
Tammy, if you're watching, don't do it.
Right. And the reason why that was is because all these people came in on her and said, "Oh, you're the reason why he self-deleted. You should be going to jail. You're only after him for the money. That's what you want." Blah blah blah. And all of that just keep going on her. And we don't. They didn't have proof. They were just going off their anger and their emotion, their 5 stages of grief.
Yeah.
And she just took all of that to heart, and then she just went, and that's it.
Thank you, Bougie Cat.
Yeah.
Send me
So
more emails.
I just wanted to chime that in. Thank you.
All right. We're gonna bring up Law, then we're gonna bring up Donnie King, and then we're gonna shut it down. But shout out to Bushido Blade Warrior, who actually streams playing Zelda. I was on his stream yesterday. You want to watch some Zelda? Gold. Shout out to Bushido Blade Warrior for the $4 donation. Spend it wisely. Yes, indeed. All right, now we about to bring up my man Law. We about to bring up the White Ranger. Let me get the intro. All right. Law, what's going on, man? What you got to say? Make it quick because we got one more person, then I got to go.
Hey,
Thank
what's
you
up,
for the
Henry?
bracelet. I haven't checked my P.O. box yet, but I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, I lost that. See, I see one reason JDF was saying about the helmets, like they sometimes
Yeah.
definitely get hard to breathe in. They
Yes.
definitely do.
They should have had
But
some vents in the back.
some what?
Some air vents in the back.
Oh, okay. Well, I say, yeah, if y'all don't know, hooked Henry up with something custom,
Yeah, he did.
for doing what he does, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, really dope, So if y'all ain't watched none of his other content besides this, y'all need to watch some of his other content, like real life, because Henry does great content. So if you're not watching Henry's other content, y'all tripping.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. All right, Law. I'm gonna have to let you go and bring up Dion King, and then we're gonna shut it down. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right. Yeah, speaking of Dion King, can you hear me? All right. Before we bring up him, I will be talking about being a father on the actual King Smith channel. That will be Sunday from 2 to 3. Actual King Smith. I'll drop something in my community if you want to hear me talk about being a dad going through a divorce. But anyway, Dion King, can we get some light? All I see is a hoodie, man. What's going on?
Oh my gosh, sorry. Look at horrible lighting in here. Is that better?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something better?
Not better, but
sorry.
Speak your piece.
Just want to let you know you're doing a great job and covering everything. It's really tough for all of us who loved JDF and the Power Rangers series, and we take it to heart because a lot of you guys grew up watching them, and I watched the repeats, but it felt real, and I loved the whole show. I think it's awesome.
I'll be
It's
honest.
horrible that.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's horrible that money's dividing the family like that,
Yeah, that's
and
what it's
that
about.
they cannot get along.
If you
That's
say,
what it's really about.
If you ask someone what justice for JDF is, it's cash. It's cash. Where are the other brothers? Are the other brothers saying, hey, the other brothers ain't stepping up? It's really just one person fighting for it. But anyway, it is sad. And as you said, you're watching Eric, you're gonna have to come check me tomorrow. I got to get out of here. Watching the old streams. I can't do it. Even when I create the thumbnails, I'm looking at it and it's so cringe for me because even though I've created 1,000 or 100, not 1,000, but like a handful of them, it is a little hard. I'll create it and then I just won't look at it again because I'm like, oh man, because it just reminds you. It's just like when Kobe left. I won't watch a Kobe highlight reel. I just won't. So anyway, Dion King, thank you for the support.
Hard.
And I appreciate everyone who supported, who contributed, because I know you guys don't have to. If you want to do me a favor, like the stream on the way out, it helps so more people could see it. And if you got a story to tell, the JDF story, shout out to April. She's still sniping people. April, you are great. You are great, April. We're going to hit me up after. I usually talk to the mods afterwards. People usually hit me up afterwards. But let me know if y'all hate what I'm doing. Send me a hate email. You think I don't get them? I do. Maybe one day I'll just read all the hate emails I get about the content, or maybe the hate comments I see. But yeah, she is on fire. April's the #1 mod. I wish I could make her super mod. But if you have questions, you can email me. You can contact me on Instagram, TikTok. I'm not the most active over there. I mostly use it to communicate because I work. I'm a father. I'm a family guy. I wear so many hats, and I just do this to vent and help you guys get some answers. I hope you enjoy the content, and I will see you in the next stream. Hopefully, I get that interview tomorrow. If I get that interview tomorrow, it will be amazing. So, all right, I'll leave. You know me. I'm going to leave y'all with a little something. Y'all want JDF or do you want Patty? 1 for JDF, 2 for Patty. Anyone. First one. First one up, 1 for JDF. All right.
Listen, I apologize. I know you hear this 1,000 times. You're my hero. If that person gets tired of hearing it, don't stand in his line. He shouldn't be your hero. I will never get tired of hearing that because it is an honor.